Hello everyone, I'm here to do a really quick guide on how to kill Lizard Shamans. I've been really enjoying killing these lately as a slayer task, so I want to show you how I do it, because I think I found a pretty neat way to do it without having to pay too much attention to what you're doing. So they're still somewhat AFK, I guess. Okay, so here's the equipment you're gonna need. First of all, you're gonna need a Slayer helmet. The Slayer helmet is gonna need to be imbued, because you're gonna be using ranged, of course. Then also you're gonna need the hard diary on current Inkibos completed, because otherwise you're not protected against their poison attacks. You also gotta make sure you speak to some captain about that, so your Slayer helmet will actually protect you from the poison attacks as well. So, because they have the poison attacks, you're also gonna need the Shazian plate body and the Shazian greaves, the boots and the gloves. You're gonna bring an archer ring, which is also imbued. You're gonna need a Radha's blessing, Ava's assembler and a toxic blowpipe with, I recommend adamant darts because they're kinda cheap, but they output enough damage against them. If you're gonna use rune darts, you're probably just gonna make a loss fighting these guys unless you get a actual dragon warhammer. Okay, so your inventory is gonna consist of the following. You're gonna need some sharks, a teleport to a house so you can actually get out of there. You're gonna get a rune pouch, some prayer potions, however many you want really, some ranging potions, some super defenses and antidotes. You can kind of decide for yourself how many you want to bring of these. I think some setup like this should be good. The super defense is really only necessary for whenever you fuck up and you accidentally stand like next to them. So you can also just choose not to bring these as well. These are the contents of my rune pouch. Fire runes, nature runes. These are actually necessary runes. These chaos runes, they drop chaos runes, so whenever they drop them I just put it like in the rune pouch to save some inventory space. But you don't actually need to bring these. Okay, so I chose to actually include the Radha's Blessing 3 in the gear is because you're gonna have it anyway. It's gonna give you a prayer bonus and you can actually use it to teleport over here if you don't have the Lumbridge Elite Diaries completed. Because then you can walk right here and save an inventory space. I would just bring a lunar stuff and go to this fairy ring instead, but if you really want to save the inventory space, you can actually use the blessing to this walk over here. So once you've arrived in Mulch, go ahead and recharge your prayer. If you forgot to recharge your prayer, you don't actually need to go back or drink your prayer potions. There is an altar there, so don't forget about that. Just go down one of the lizardmen dwellings you can find all over the place, and you'll be transported to the caves where they are, or the dungeon. We're gonna fight them in the northwest one, because that's where I might mark my tiles. So what I thought of is I use rune light to mark my tiles, and I mark every tile which is just adjacent to the corner tile. And if you go around in a clockwise fashion like this, then you should be able to just have a really easy time here fighting them with ranged. So yeah, let's try it out, shall we? So just to walk you through the mechanics of these, they use a couple of attacks. They have a jump attack, they have a poison attack, which you're gonna be completely protected from if you're wearing the Slayer helmet and you completed the diary, or you're just wearing the full Shazian armor. They also have a ranged attack and a melee attack. So as you can see, if we go in, they actually start using ranged attacks if you're far away from them, like this. But if you come close to them, they actually can melee you. These are the spawns they spawn. They do this randomly, I think. And these are the jumps they do. So to dodge the jumps, you just have to move away. And this is a wrong way to actually fight these guys, because I'm right next to these, and that's why he's using his spinny melee attack and actually hitting through my prayer. But if you don't stand like right next to them, there's no way he's gonna be able to melee you, so you should be fine. Whenever they jump, just walk away from them, because otherwise the following will happen. There we go. Now if you don't actually move, and even if you're next to a wall, they will still actually hit you, so be sure to move in between those jumps. So to fight these guys, basically all you have to do is just make sure you're potted up. You go inside, have your protect from missiles on, and you go to your first green spot. Now you're gonna get attacked by these guys immediately, or one of these guys actually. It's single way combat in here, and all you really have to do is turn off your run energy so you can control your speed a little bit more easily. Because if you hold control and you click, you will actually still run to the next spot. Whenever you see them spawn, just wait like 2.5 attacks maybe, and then control click on the next spot and you will run to the next spot and be safe from their attacks. Same thing if they jump, just make sure you wait just a little bit and then run to your next spot, so they keep following you in a nice little pattern. If you're gonna get high alkable drops like these, just high alk them, and yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Whenever they jump and they land next to you, make sure you actually skip another spot, because you don't want them next to you, because then they can actually hit you with their melee attacks, and obviously you're not protecting against those. This is another thing: if you end up on the other side of the wall, your character is actually gonna run towards them, because the blowpipe range is just a little small and too small to hit them on the other side of the room. But it doesn't really matter too much. If you just walk over to the next spot when that happens, you should be generally fine. So the last tip I recommend is, you've probably already seen it, but just mark your shamans as like orange maybe, and then whenever they have spawns, you should actually add those to your NPC identifier as well, because you can easily see where the spawns have spawned and when they're active if you're playing something else on your other screen maybe. So thank you for watching. That was really all there was to say. I'm not gonna drag this on any longer than it should be, so have a nice day.